You Sapphire truck mount slide-in owners, I should say, know this little bugger all too well, in that it is a waxed base thermo relief valve for the thermonuclear reactor heat exchange system on these Sapphires. And when that little wax pellet inside that brass valve right here gets too hot, it dumps water into the tank. The brilliant minds at Sapphire have come up with this gadget, which I'm going to assume the wax pellet is in here. And now we will run a secondary line to that little cap back there that lets the percentage of the, I guess you could say, the steam back into the system. So you're not constantly dumping water into your tank and filling it prematurely, which people that do high production have a problem with. Unless they have an APO, then they probably never notice. Anyhow, I'm going to show you how it looks once it's installed, and off I go. So you have to remove these little flared nipples that it came installed with. Otherwise, when you go to spin it on, it's going to hit that nut back there. When you install these, make sure you don't thread them in all the way. Otherwise, they will potentially hit. Let's see if I can get it in there. Yeah, you can see that spring mechanism in there, and it'll keep that from working. So they come doped, Teflon doped, but pull them out, put a layer of either more dope or some tape like I did, and we're going to thread them back in. Don't have a leaky truck mount. When I pulled the valve out on the other side, there was some remaining water, even though I pumped it all out of there at the end of the last job. So you see that rubber cap there? It's a fern coat cap that plugs off the alternate drain plug or hole for the Sapphire 370 if you wanted to run the tank on the other side. But as you can see, it lines up perfectly with that brass cap down there, where you could also put that thermo relief valve and run a shorter hose. As it is, I'm having to bring it over, and I'm going to plug it into that cap there, or you can also go to this cap, but things will be awful tight if I do it that way, so I'm going to go right up to the top. Trying to get that upper cap removed it turned out to be a real pain. I would have needed an extension to come way the heck up here. That wasn't going to happen. Coming through over here, not enough leverage because they really hammered down on these things. Even this one here, to use an extender, bust that one loose, but I was able to get in this way. So it's a good thing I bought an extension hose, because this blue hose is what came with the kit, and it would have worked perfectly if we were just going to that one. Obviously can't get in there, so I bought a 2-foot, you can see it there, braided Teflon lined hose, and I had it covered in a black tube. They didn't have this blue stuff just to help prevent against abrasion, and the two of them brought it over well. You definitely want to keep the hose away from the heat exchanger manifold there. That thing would melt just about anything. So there you have it. It's I don't know, it took a spaz like me about an hour to get it done with all the different fittings and figuring out what was what. But I assume a pro mechanic could probably do it in half that time, especially the second time. First time you're always figuring it out. But I will take it in the field tomorrow and hopefully crank her up and see if we get that perpetual drip thing going on. Hopefully this is the solution to that problem. According to a handful of other beta testers out there, it certainly is. All right, thanks a lot for watching.